Okay, as a single person, grow up, develop tenacity. It's not everything you cry about. It's not everything you play about, but it's everything you pray about.
Heartbreak, pain, that's the only song we sing. That's the only thing life seems to bring. Yeah, but tonight.
Hello guys, you're welcome to Relationships Q&A with Pastor Labi. Today I'm going to be continuing my series on my single series, and I'm going to be speaking on emotions. Okay, we need to develop ourselves emotionally. We need to mature emotionally, and these are some of the things. One of the things we need to do when we are single. And emotion really is a mental state that arises spontaneously rather than a conscious effort. So it's just as a mental state that arises spontaneously. Okay, so we need to be able to control our emotions so that when you get into marriage, it's not everything you cry about. Okay, you need to develop yourself emotionally. You need to grow up emotionally before you get into marriage, because marriage sometimes will take a lot from us. It will give you something, but it will take something from you. And if you are matured emotionally, then you'll be able to handle the pressures and the challenges of marriage. And the way to mature emotionally is to deal with our mind. You see, our mind is an integral part of us. Our mind is very powerful, and we need to train our mind. And we need to train our mind to understand certain things, to do certain things. Okay, your mind will only do what you ask it to do. Okay, your mind, you need to train your mind. You see a lot of people who get into relationship and it's everything they cry about. It's everything they go to daddy and mommy about. For crying out loud, you are married or you are engaged to be married. You need to be matured emotionally. Okay, preparing yourself mentally for marriage has to do with vision. What can you see before you get into the marriage? Okay, what would you want your marriage to look like? You need to ask yourself those questions. What are you ready to fight for in marriage? Okay, how much are you prepared to give, and how vivid and clear is the picture in your mind? What are you ready to fight for? Some people in marriage, they are so immature, or allow me to use the word, an immature person, you find out when you're dating them. You will find out when you are courting them. Okay, because it's everything they cry about. Instead of go to God in prayer, oh, I want to break up. That's what they will say, because they cannot handle it emotionally. Their emotional level is so down that they are immature. They need to grow in that area. Okay, so you need to picture. If you can't picture the future, then there is nothing you can do. You have to grow up and mature emotionally. Okay, if your mind, listen to this, if your mind is fuzzy about the kind of marriage you want, about the kind of marriage you're trusting God for, about the kind of marriage you want to achieve, then the power of the mind to focus and help you to achieve it will become impossible. Okay, so if you don't have the picture of what you want your marriage to be, then your mind cannot help you. Because when you picture it, then you will be determined. You have strong emotion. You have strong will to make it happen. But when you don't even know where you're going, like I always say, if you don't know where you are going, then trust me, you're going nowhere. You need to know where you are going. Scripture says in Philippians 4 verse 8, whatsoever is good, whatsoever is kind, whatsoever is of a good report, it says think and meditate on these things. So you will only meditate on what the picture your mind can picture. Does that make sense? You can only meditate on the picture in your mind. So if the picture in your mind is not strong, is blurry, is not clear, then obviously your mind can't do anything. But if the picture is clear, that is why when people are building a house, okay, they have the picture of the house on ground. So that's what I want to build, and they can progress and build it. Okay, but if you're able to picture, if you're able to capture the vivid picture of what you want God to help you then your mind will also be involved to make it become a reality. Okay, faith also comes in here. Okay, and really, Hebrews 11 verse 1, everybody knows what faith is, but really faith makes things that you see in your inner eyes a reality. Okay, faith actually materializes the invisible desire of our heart. Okay, faith makes the invisible things in your life, in your heart, faith makes them a reality. Faith materializes them. Okay, so our mind need pictures. I've seen a lot of people. I met a young lady a few years ago. I think she was less than 10 years old, and she said, "Uncle, I don't want to get married." I'm like, "Why?" She said, "I don't like the way my dad treat my mom." And I'm like, "You know what? Yeah, I understand you, but can you know that is the picture she has in her mind?" So the picture in her mind is like, "Oh, men always beat women." So she wasn't happy. But I told her, you can change this picture with prayer, and you can say, "God, I want a man that will not beat me. I want a man that will love me, that will not judge me." Okay, to some of us, our backgrounds, our environment, the thing that we have seen may not give us a good picture. But it doesn't mean because your parents' marriage didn't go as planned, it doesn't automatically mean that yours will be like that. Okay, you just have to trust God. Have a picture. You know, if you have a picture that you're going to be happily married and you're going to fight for the marriage, you have that picture in your mind, then your mind can help you achieve it. Okay, you see a lot of people who are in marriage, any small thing, "I want divorce, I want divorce." That's a bad picture. They are not emotionally strong. They are emotionally immature. Okay, I mean, I'm not talking about violence in marriage when, you know, maybe when the husband is beating the wife to the point of death. That is extreme case, you know. But I'm talking about small things that don't carry weight. You know, I always tell people that ladies, women, sometimes they major in minor things. They make a starter, they make a meal out of a starter. Okay, so sometimes, you know, as a young person who is single, look for people around you who have a good marriage. Okay, people who have a good marriage that you would like such marriage. Visit them, go ask them, "Can I come for a weekend?" Find out how they interact, how, you know, they also face challenges. No two marriages are the same. Every marriage faces challenges. But if you speak to couples who you feel that they are a blessing to you, visit them, look at how they do things, and then you'll be able to have a positive picture. I mean, there's this verse that says that, "Do not be deceived." Okay, evil company corrupts good habits. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33. A lot of people, you need to be very careful about the people that surround you. Some people, the marriage or the couples they are close to, they always fight, they always have argument. That will not help you if you want a good marriage. Okay, because they will have poisoned you. Okay, so look for people who are succeeding in marriage, you know, maybe in your church, in your school, around you, and try and find out, speak to them, spend time with them, and I'm sure you'll be able to learn a thing or two. Okay, you need to move away from bad marriages. Okay, if your parents' marriage are not good, okay, you can't move away from them. They're a parent, but pray for them. Okay, maybe your parents are divorced, pray for them separately. But if you know people that have bad marriages, move away from them, because people can only give you what they have. Okay, some people who are divorced, you're going to be very careful, and they'll be talking bad about men. Men are this, men are that, men are goats, men are lions, men are animals. Not all men are the same. Okay, people like that, they are hurting people will hurt. Okay, if you want to seek advice, from people, you go to people who are settled, people who have no injury, who are not hurting, because they can only give you what they have, and hurting people will always hurt. Okay, so people that have bad marriages, some of them, it's not that they are bad people, but they were wrong for each other in the first place. So they were wrong. Both of them are not God's will, and to top it up, they are not ready to fight for that marriage. Even if you are not in God's will, God is a merciful God. God will still, because obviously marriage is marriage. God hate divorce. I believe God will still welcome. But some people, pride and arrogance will not even, they don't want to fight for that marriage, even though they have children who the marriage may be affected. Okay, so we need to grow up emotionally. We need to be matured emotionally, so that when we get into a relationship, okay, as a single person, grow up, develop tenacity. It's not everything you cry about, it's not everything you play about, but it's everything you pray about. Okay, you need to develop character. You need to be mature and pray to God and seek God's faith. And I believe that in doing this, God will help us. God will give us strength. God will help us to be able to achieve His best for us. Okay. So I hope that I've been able to explain this to us. Please, we need to develop our emotions when we are single, so that we can withstand the pressure and the challenges of marriage. Okay, if you have any question, please do send them to me. I will do my best to answer as much as I can. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me today. Again, if you haven't signed up to my channel, trust me, you're missing out. I've got over 40 videos on YouTube, so please have a look on my videos, and I'm sure you will learn a thing or two. And it might be a case of sending it to a friend who will be blessed by it. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me today. Have a lovely rest of the week. God bless you, and God bless me.
Find your friend.